Imagine arriving on an island paradise, turquoise seas, swaying palms, beachside bars, the promise of escape. You step off the plane into the warm, humid air of Phuket. You feel the buzz of excitement. But behind the smiles, the cocktails, the postcards lies another story. A story of infrastructure stretched thin, of a resort town under pressure, of everyday realities that aren't advertised. In today's video, we're pulling back the curtain on Patong. Not to bash it, but to shine a light on the things fewer visitors see. Because only when we see the full picture can change begin. One of the real problems we saw in Patong is garbage. It's not just a few stray plastic bottles. According to local reports, the volume of rubbish is worrying. Bins overflow, businesses and residents placing rubbish on footpaths outside the official collection hours, which leads to litter accumulation. The result: strewn bags, loose trash, clogged drains, and runoff that heads into canals and the sea. Locals and tourists both notice it. And even when the beach looks nice, during monsoon season waves bring in wood, plastic bottles, fishing nets, and broken glass that accumulate. This affects the image of the town, the ecosystem, and the visitor experience. Parking spaces in Patong are not enough and things get very crowded. Infrastructure struggles to keep pace with tourism growth. One report says the traffic congestion is getting worse and the image of Patong is being affected. Specifically about parking, a study shows that on-street parking places are not well regulated, off-street parking is privately managed, and the fee structure unclear. What does this mean in practice? Visitors may find it hard to find a legal spot, may end up parking far away, may face traffic and gridlock. For local residents, the burden is even heavier. The strain on roads, parking, and transport makes the whole place feel more chaotic than relaxed beach town. We saw several people living on the streets in precarious conditions in Patong. It's not always talked about in tourist brochures, but local authorities report inspection campaigns for homeless people and beggars in the area. These scenes remind us that the tourism boom doesn't reach everyone equally. Job losses, migration, the pandemic's economic shock all contribute. It changes the social fabric and means that behind the neon lights there are lives struggling. Then there's the matter of the overhead electrical and telecom cables along the streets. Messy cables whizzing overhead, poles with tangled bundles, wires hanging low. Authorities have flagged this as an eyesore, especially in a tourist spot. On a safety level, such tangling can complicate maintenance, emergency access, and increase hazard risk. On an aesthetic level, if you're trying to capture that postcard beach town vibe, the tangle of wires undercuts it. While local campaigns have started to clean up and propose burying or reorganizing cables along beachfront stretches, the progress is slow and funding is a challenge. So every time you walk down some of the main tourist streets, you'll notice the visual noise, and that matters. The sale of illegal or adult-themed items, sexual content decor, and the visible consumption of cannabis. While Thailand has relaxed cannabis laws in recent years, the presence of cannabis shops, adult items being sold openly, and sexualized products in home decor or souvenirs are part of the scene. Many visitors note that Patong feels more open in this sense, maybe to its detriment. And while the adult entertainment economy is well known in Patong, the ancillary items, home decor, soaps, candles with sexual innuendo, cannabis products in pharmacies raise questions about the regulation, the message to families, and the long-term identity of the town. It's not just about fun, it's about what kind of tourism is being encouraged and what trade-offs are being made. Another visual and structural issue: abandonment and careless building upkeep. There are hotels and buildings in Patong which are fully operational, but investing very little in painting, maintenance, or external appearance. The bright, colorful, picturesque beach town look of past years has faded for some parts. Also, as a result of the pandemic, many smaller hotels went bankrupt or closed, leaving ruins or half-used buildings around town. Visual impressions matter. Broken facades, closed shutters, unsold lots, scaffolds left idle. While some major hotels invest and refurbish, many others are under pressure. The result? Patong's look can at times feel abandoned or in transition rather than permanently polished. That affects visitor perceptions and local morale. It's true that you can get very cheap food in Patong, which is a big draw. But at what cost? If you opt to eat street food anywhere, especially in busy tourist areas, there are hygiene issues. Vendors may lack adequate facilities, potable water might not be guaranteed, seafood may be served in front of tattoo shops or in places not primarily designed for food service. While I didn't find a single comprehensive study of street food outbreaks in Patong, the general rule for any travel destination applies. Low cost often means lower margin for hygiene, oversight, and infrastructure. So, be cautious. Ask yourself, is the vendor using clean water? Are utensils washed properly? Is the setting sanitary? The region has issues with waste, drainage, and cleanliness. See earlier garbage section. So this connects. For travelers, this means a bit more care in choosing street food. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, or if you live or work in Patong and have insights to share, please comment below. Let's talk about how we can make beach resort towns better for everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell if you'd like to see more travel reality content. Until next time, safe travels and responsible explorations. Schools located near adult shops and lack of supervision. Finally, I'd like to mention something less covered. The fact that schools are located near hotels, adult shops, and tourist-centered zones, and many of the kids are in primary school and arrive alone to the center without supervision. When a school is in the mix of a rowdy commercial district, near adult-themed businesses, noisy nightlife, and heavy tourist flow, the environment isn't ideal for children. The image of schooling being peaceful, safe, calm is harder to maintain. Locals have noted that the mix of families, tourism industry workers, and transient visitors introduces complexity. The kids' daily lives are impacted by what surrounds them. This isn't to point fingers, but to say, if you're staying in such areas, it's worth being aware of the social dynamics and the responsibilities. This video is not meant simply to criticize Patong or to paint it as a lost cause. Far from it. The aim is to raise awareness, to shine light on things that often go unseen so that local authorities, businesses, travelers, and residents alike can be part of the conversation and improvement. Because if you only see the glossy side of a place, you miss half the story, and then you cannot help it change. So if you're watching this and you've been to Patong or plan to go, keep your eyes open, make conscious choices, ask questions. If you live there or work there, your voice matters. And if you're part of the tourism industry, quality, sustainability, and dignity matter as much as convenience, nightlife, and fun. Thank you for watching. If you found this helpful, or if you live or work in Patong and have insights to share, please comment below. Let's talk about how we can make beach resort towns better for everyone. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell if you'd like to see more travel reality content. Until next time, safe travels and responsible explorations.